Tal estamos en esta ocasión con el doctor Michael Jonson del Centro Espacial Goddard de NASA, y él dio una presentación muy interesante sobre las misiones actuales de NASA y de un futuro cercano. Entonces vamos a escuchar sus palabras. Mike, it's been very nice to meet you. The way you spoke to us in your presentation was very understandable. Your words, your pacing, and of course the interest of knowing about all these NASA missions for the next future was also very interesting.
My pleasure.
We hope to have you here back in sometime close in the future, so more people can benefit from all this knowledge that you have shared with us. In a nutshell, what can you tell us about NASA missions for the near future?
I would say that we're on a quest to acquire knowledge. There's so much that we don't know about the universe, so many questions that we desire to answer. And with our science programs, with our technology development programs, we seek answers to some of those questions. And even more importantly than just answering questions, we seek to develop relationships with people like you, with many of the students that we interacted with over the past several days, with colleges, with universities. I mean, there's so much knowledge in our community. And when I say community, I mean our large local community.
Right.
United States, Mexico. I'm very excited by what's happened over the past several days. And I look forward to us working together to build upon the professional relationships that we've developed, and to look upon the friendships as well that we've developed. That's the foundation. So I really look forward to it. And I appreciate the kind words that you share.
And I noticed that you have several CubeSat-based projects that were really interesting, like sending CubeSats to interplanetary missions, which seems difficult for such a small spacecraft.
It's challenging, but we have smart people throughout the agency who are working but not only throughout the agency, but also universities and industry working to mature the capabilities of these small platforms, where now they can do things that a few years ago people would have thought wasn't possible. And I can imagine that just a few years from now, they're going to do things that people today would say is not possible. So we have JPL sending CubeSats to Mars next year. We have CubeSat challenges where people will be sending CubeSats into deep space. So there's going to be some great science that these small platforms will be able to achieve in the years to come, in near years to come.
Yes, these platforms are shrinking the cost of getting into space or doing space missions research.
Yes, they are. The cost is shrinking. There are more opportunities to get them into space. Students can work on them from start to finish in just a couple of years or so, instead of having to wait many years to complete a space flight mission. So not only can they achieve great science, they can really help our students to really understand what it takes to pose a science question, to develop the science, the instrumentation that's required to make the measurements and answer those questions, to have something launched, to get the information back from the spacecraft, all within the span of just a few years. So these things they're really phenomenal.
So we're looking into also getting more contact with NASA, and scientists, more people coming back and forth.
Excellent. We look forward to that.
We have started with the changing pins now. Now he belongs to Mexican Space Agency.
And Mario belongs to NASA.
And now I'm
Ahí está.
And I wear it proudly, and I thank you so much, Mario, for the kid.
Thank you for being here and your words.
My pleasure. Hello, my name is Michael Jonson. I'm from NASA Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. And I want to encourage all of you young people, to do great things, because you're great people. We have many choices that we can take in life. We can take paths that are easy, or we can take paths that are challenging and difficult. And I encourage all of you to take the path that's challenging and difficult, because many times the greatest treasures, the most precious knowledge is at the end of that path that's challenging and difficult. Do something because it's hard, not because it's easy. And then after you succeed doing something that's hard, you can look back and say, wow, I did that. What's my next big challenge that I can conquer? You all are kings and queens. You know, like me, I did not come from a rich background. My parents did not have much, but they instilled within me that I have lots of potential, that if I work hard, that I can accomplish things. And many of you come from backgrounds that are not rich, but your minds are rich. You're kings, you're queens, you can do great things. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. Or people will tell you that you can't. It's upon you to realize they're wrong, that I can do great things. So I'm looking forward to hearing about all the great things that you young people will do as you grow and learn more, as you mature. So work hard, you'll be successful. It'll be hard, but you can overcome the challenges. Gracias. Muchas gracias.
Tal estamos con el doctor Frederick A de la Universidad de Texas, quien dio una conferencia extraordinaria sobre el viaje interestelar y nos ha llevado desde la Ciudad de México al infinito y más allá para que comprendamos las posibilidades y las dificultades de que el ser humano alcance las estrellas físicamente. Rick, could you tell us a little bit about the Stargate project?
Certainly. So Stargate, which stands for Spacecraft Tracking and Astronomical Research at the Gigahertz Astrophysical Translator Mission, is a public-private partnership between the Center for Advanced Radio Astronomy at the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley and Space Exploration Technologies, or SpaceX. And it is funded through state and private sources. And its primary goal is to make South Texas a leader in space exploration and the development of new technologies, specifically right now in radio frequency technologies that will be used for communication with space assets as well as for spacecraft launch tracking.
Okay, excellent. And what's your involvement with the project?
So I'm basically its creator and founder. When SpaceX was considering coming to the region, they, of course, were looking for incentives and looking for collaborators and trying to see what was there. And it turns out that my center, the Center for Advanced Radio Astronomy, and the projects and the students that it was developing were ideally suited to work at SpaceX. And so I proposed that we had started. Well, they're coming there. They need radio frequency technologies for the work that they're doing, and this is something that we were a specialist in. And we basically said, hey, why don't we do something? So I went, basically holed up in my room for a couple of days and developed this white paper, which described the whole Stargate project, which has an academic side to it, so there's science and research that's going on, there's a commercialization side to it, so it's an important tech transfer issue. It's important tech transfer stuff. So the most interesting bit here it really is promoting tech transfer, so that we're doing research and developing certain technologies that we do expect to commercialize and bring the benefits of this technology to the people at large.
And how do you see Mexico getting involved in this project?
So we've been developing a lot of very interesting projects at the Center for Advanced Radio Astronomy that get students really involved in STEM fields. And of course, we now have this really strong partnership with SpaceX through Stargate. And now we know that things don't just stop at the border. And we know there is a lot of very talented and very strong students down here, and strong researchers down here. And we want to share what we're doing. And we basically want to create this region of knowledge down in South Texas and Mexico region. I truly believe that the exploration of space requires a diverse collection of people, talented people, working in many different areas in order to be successful. And so I think it's extremely important that we involve our Mexican neighbors in all of the work that we're doing. So I'm definitely looking forward to our future collaborations.
Good, excellent. I would like to invite you to come to Mexico in another time to share with us this extraordinary presentation on the star travel.
Oh, I would love to. It
was really good.
That would be awesome. I think having the opportunity to think through a lot of that stuff really makes us understand what it is we need to do in order to realize some of these visions that we have for the future. So I'll be honest.
Is there something you would like to tell our readers, magazine, invitation, or something?
I think that we're right at the beginning of a new paradigm in space exploration, where private companies are now playing the role of what in the past could only be done by nations. And what this means is that we're going to have more and more people involved in developing the technology. And I think whenever you have this situation happening where you have the barriers to entry lowering, more and more people getting involved, more and more minds thinking about what can be done with this technology, then we know that the future is going to create some amazing things. So one of the things that I'm hoping we're going to be doing is we're going to be able to Stargate and our partnerships. We're going to be leading the way in the creation of many of these new technologies. It's going to change the way we live on this planet. So,
I want to thank you for your words. We hope to see you more often here, or we hope to see you with students.
Definitely. So it's one region, and let's take advantage of partnerships, working together to explore space and boldly go where no one's gone before.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Una persona importante en esta celebración del Stargate, de las conferencias, es el doctor Joe Romano, también de la Universidad de Texas, quien nos ha compartido una forma muy interesante y lúdica de entender las estrellas pulsares. Doctor, muchas gracias por la explicación de ayer. Fue muy ilustrativo ver los metrónomos simulando pulsares para el ejercicio. Es algo que sería muy fácil para los estudiantes entender de qué se trata un pulsar.
Los pulsares son relojes muy regulares, y para entender cómo nosotros tratamos de encontrar ondas de gravedad, nosotros usamos pulsares, los pulsos de los pulsares.
Sí. Go ahead.
Okay. So what we do is we use pulsars, the regular pulses from pulsars, to look for gravitational waves. If a gravitational wave comes by, it changes the arrival times of the pulses. Some arrive a little earlier, others arrive later. And if we have an array of pulsars, so we have many pulsars that we're timing simultaneously, then the effect of a gravitational wave on the pulses from the different pulsars will be correlated. So what that means is that if the pulses arrive a little bit earlier from one pulsar, then we'll also see them arriving a little bit earlier from another pulsar as well. So what we hope to do is find gravitational waves by looking for these correlations in the arrival times of pulses from many pulsars. And what I talked about yesterday is how one can use the pulses, the ticks of metronomes in a microphone to basically show students how one does the actual pulsar timing analysis, but in terms of something that's a little bit simpler to understand.
Efectivamente, la información de la teoría que maneja el doctor Romano es algo muy novedoso, algo que se sabe o se tiene en teoría tiempo atrás, que es las ondas gravitacionales, pero no han podido ser demostradas hasta que utilizando la señal de pulsares lo están empezando a realizar. Él presenta una red de 8 pulsares alrededor de la Tierra y se tienen que tener los instrumentos para poder detectar los impulsos de radio y correlacionarlos entre todos ellos para entender cómo las ondas gravitacionales interactúan con el medio planetario interestelar. Es algo muy novedoso y a lo mejor muy complejo de entender, pero finalmente comprobaría la teoría de Einstein, ¿sí?, de la relatividad general, que es algo bastante complejo. Entonces ese es el campo de trabajo del doctor Romano, y ayer nos lo ha demostrado de una forma tan sencilla y tan fácil de entender que nos ha gustado mucho.
Thank you.
Esperamos tenerlo de regreso en el futuro.
I'm also looking forward to come back.